How do you prepare for a chemical emergency? Basically, your response is to avoid the area. If possible, be upwind, uphill, or upstream, whichever works for the situation. But here's a tool that I like that can help you. One of the tools I like is the WISER app from NIH. This is kind of targeted toward emergency responders, but anyone can use it. If you go towards the bottom, there's a section called Chem, and if you click on that, it's going to give you some really cool resources and procedures, basically just a guide. In the first minutes, quick response guide. It's got some steps on how to size up the scene, what to do. A transportation accident is in the news, so here is how somebody would approach it, rerouting traffic, how to document it, how to make sure you get the right resources on scene. If we go back to our home screen, search known substances, you can pick any sort of substance, but chlorine's a pretty common chemical out there. It gives you details about the chemical, persistency, boiling temperature, hazards, how to protect yourself, how to decontaminate yourself, and the routes of exposure and the medical impacts. But you can also plot it on a map. So at the bottom, you click that little cone fan, and then you can pick the location. If you have your location settings on, you can pick close to where you are, your wind direction, which is something you can find in your weather app or by going outside and feeling the wind. Is it involved in a fire? What's the spill size, large or small? Some of these have options. So these are common ways that the chemical is transported. Time of day, that affects the persistency of the chemical. And then your map type, if you want just a standard road map, a satellite, or a hybrid of both of them. And then you can pick any color you want for your overlay. Hit plot at the top right, and it gives you a map. This shows your initial isolation and your downwind hazard area. So you know where you need to avoid and the areas you would need to either shelter in place or evacuate. Remember to stay upwind, upstream, and uphill so that the wind, flow, water is going away from you towards the hazard and then beyond, not coming towards you. So that's one tool you can play around with. Figure out your home location, the hazards that are nearby, if you have any industrial areas, and just feel it out.